So, what up, guys? Justin here again. Welcome to the Elevate podcast. I'm a bit excited about this one, mainly because we have a guest, an official guest, um, and then he's my friend. So we're just gonna like try to talk about some things that I felt like it's gonna be important in regarding to Elevate and growth. So, would you like to introduce yourself, Feston?
Yeah, my name is Festo Achinda, and like you said, he's my friend, and I'm glad and I'm happy to be here to share my perspectives regarding the topics that we're gonna be covering that will help the channel and help our audience, you guys, to elevate. So I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect. So there has been a lot of talk, and so you are like you just like me came here to United States, right?
Yes, I came from a different country.
Yeah. And what do you think about like you assimilating to the United States culture? Do you think it's like a big difference?
Yes, I would like to say that it's definitely a big difference. I think we all know that it is. If you go to any different country, there will be a big difference because you're gonna be involved yourself in a different culture, hang around with different people and whatnot. So the difference is there. What I would like to say is that um, where I came from East Africa, Tanzania, and I came here in the U.S. and the difference is so massive to the point where I believe it's like living here is living in a different side of a coin compared to in Africa, like two different sides completely. Like, they're polar opposites, in almost everything.
Yeah, it's like the dynamic of cultures, ethos, all
Yes.
this stuff are all different. Because when you come here, you like try to maybe understand the American culture,
Right.
and also keeping your own values of where you come from. So there's an episode that has not come out yet, and it's gonna be touching on this value. But by the time you're watching this, it's probably gonna be already out. So, um, and what do you think is like some of the things that like your parents imparted in you that you still are using today? Because I would say you are a successful guy when it comes to like where you are right now in your career. You're done with schools. You already
Yeah.
have a job, and like what do you think is like what are those values that makes you to be who you are right now?
Yeah. And before I answer your question directly, I wanna recognize what you said there regarding my accomplishments. Right. I went to school. I attained what I wanted to attain. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Now, how did I achieve those things and still keep my culture and still keep my values and still keep the things that I call the things that are synonymous to my character and who I am, right? I would say the things that makes me who I am. They're mostly related to culture because again, I'm not from here. I'm from a different country, and my parents. I would like to thank my parents to make sure that I still held my values until right now.
Yeah.
Right. They provided me values. They provided me the education that they believed will be important for me to utilize in the future and where I am right now in life.
Yeah.
And I thank them for that. Now, what are those things? One thing is that my parents have always been enforced me to follow ever since I was in Africa, especially in my ethnicity, is to always respect your elders. Always
That's
give respect
crazy.
to people
Yeah.
who are older than you. It was so much so enforced to the point where that they in Tanzania they invented a all different greeting for the young to greet the elders. And for those who don't know what that how that wording goes, it goes every morning or every whenever you cross path with an elder, you're gonna greet them with a wording that goes by shikamo, right? And then the elders will reply
Marhaba.
marahaba. So
Yeah.
you know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And also, like, is there, where we're from, right? You're not supposed to put your hand first when you're greeting an elder person, or do they have to reach out first?
well, I wasn't exposed to that. I don't
Okay.
know much about that. But that could simply be the case. Again, different places have different cultures,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that could be one of the things again that explains that kind of like a it's a culture belief that of doing certain things
Mm-hmm.
that somewhat let the young be able to provide respect to the elders,
Yeah.
right? Such as the wording that we just talked about, the hand gesture as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all those things. Yes, like there's many things that that we the young had to do to provide respect to the elders. The point is that always respect your elders. If someone is older than you, give the respect.
Yeah.
Give respect at all times. That's one of the values.
How is that correlating to you being the person that you are today?
A lot. That's it. Trust me. It's one of the most impactful values that I hold that I hold dear to myself, because we live in a society where right, like the society that we live in right now, the United States. It's a country where like it's driven through freedom,
Yeah.
you know, and that freedom, I believe, to put it shortly, that freedom has reached to a point where the youth, right, the way they're practicing that freedom has defined the lifestyle they're living in. And to just make sure that I stay in topic, I'm talking about the way they approach the people who are older than them, the way they talk to, like their approach on different people is basically not, you can call it disrespectful, right?
Yeah.
In most situations.
I mean, if you were to compare it to the African culture, you would call it disrespectful.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's where I was getting at. It's that the way I approach people and the way the youth of the society approach people,
Yeah.
right, is completely different.
And that
I mean,
the difference, do you think the difference make it so that it become disrespectful, or is it because how people tend to view things? Like the way you view things is different than the way a person who grew up in America view things, because they have different experience, different life, they were taught different. Like, does that make it being disrespectful just because the way I greet you is different than the way a white person greets you?
you're correct, right? I'm speaking from a perspective of an African, someone who holds African values
Yeah.
in my culture, right? In my culture, if I were to do the things that the youth of this society are doing, will be considered disrespectful.
Yeah.
Right. Again, it's a matter of perspective, right?
Yeah.
Um,
example, talking back to a teacher.
Exactly, right? I think it's just perspective relativity from different areas. My angle view versus the angle view of people who are in this modern society, in this modern society of the United States, are completely different, right? Like talking back to a teacher, you know, like speaking back to your parents, you know, like just this different things that where I come from, I wouldn't be able to do, versus the youth of today. These things that they are doing them, and so therefore, in my culture, it's not permitted, and so therefore, it will come out in an approach that's not respectful.
Yeah.
Another thing that I want to clarify as to why I I immediately called it disrespectful right off the bat was because I'm a man of religion, right? And in my religion, I believe it's a religion of truth, right? I think to those my fellow Christians out there, the fifth commandment, you know, honor your father, honor your mother, you know, respect them, right? Now, what does that tell us? To respect the elders.
Yeah.
It didn't specifically say just your parents, but whoever is older than you, or whoever is at least at the same age level as your parent, whoever that's old enough to give birth to you. Like you respect those people, respect your elders. That's what it was trying to emphasize, right?
Yeah.
And so hence why my culture did take that value from that. Like you gotta respect your elders, respect your parents, respect your teachers, respect whoever that's older than you. Hence why, since I believe the Bible is in truth, I also believe that my views on that area specifically are in truth. Hence why I'm pointing out that the approach of the youth of the United States of their modern society is actually false and is disrespectful.
Okay. And then it's like, because the Bible was like, honor your father and mother, and you should have a long life. I think it's the only commandment in the Bible that has promise to attach to it. So if you do this, you shall receive a long life when you honor your father and mother, which is fascinating. So religion does play a big role in your life, right? You would say.
Of course, yes, it does.
Obviously, because you're a Christian, a man of God.
Yes, I am.
So, and that, because I want to go back to that topic of how does all that impact the place that you are right now, right? Because obviously, I'm pretty sure you have some people who you grew up with, right? Who probably did the same path as you, had the same dreams as you, as the same drive as you, but for some reason they didn't get to the place that you are right now, right? And then it seems like they might be lagging behind in terms of discipline, hardworking, attaining their dreams. But it seems like you are, I would say, kind of like manifesting the dream, right? That you dreamed of becoming, and now you are living that. So, and I think the biggest part which allows you to maintain that the level of growth is the morality and the principles that you hold, right? So yes. I want to like connect it back to that. Like, how does all this, like, for example, the first thing was respecting your elder. Like, do you use how do you use that when you go to work? Like, how is that like correlating? Do you call your boss Papa because he's older than you? That was a joke, by the way.
Well, you're not too far off, right?
Yeah.
I give him the respect that he deserves because of his position and because of my position, because of we're different. I call my managers sirs. You know, they tell me something, I say yes, sir. They tell me, hey, there's something you gotta do. Here's the schedule. Here's this and that. I want you to follow this and do that for me. Yes, sir. You know, again, what does sir symbolize? Sir is a term that, in definition, it just symbolizes respect.
Yeah. Because in a professional setting, you have to say that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I respect that person. Now, you got to keep it consistent, right?
Yeah.
Do not, by that, I mean to say some people get used to that, but in a sense, they get used to the environment, and slowly but surely, their respect to that person it degrades, right? It decreases. So therefore, they start to act no longer in accordance to the way they were acting before.
Yeah.
So the key is if you're gonna give respect to somebody, always give them respect.
Yeah.
Always keep it consistent. And for me, it has helped me in a sense where that they have viewed me the same. You know, I'm not someone that I've changed in that perspective. At least that's what I would like to say. They treat me the same. I treat them the same. We have that mutual healthy relationship, right? I call them sir. I give them the respect that they deserve because they are my managers, they're my bosses, and they treat me with respect back, because you have to understand, respect, wins another respect. Like, if I respect somebody, right, for them to get that respect from me, they've earned it in a way, right? Mm-hmm. And so since they've earned respect, and since they've earned my respect and I've provided to them, they will be it's gonna make them be. It's gonna also let them treat me the same way I treat them.
Yeah.
Right. In the best of the capability, and so therefore they're doing the same to me.
They're doing the same,
and then that's how we create a very beautiful mutual relationship along the way. Now, to answer your question, what other how do my values somewhat help me to get where I am right now? If I were to compare myself with other people of the same that share the same path that I did, I would say my beliefs helped me be able to navigate my true purpose. Right? I think purpose is something that will motivate one, that will drive one to get to their goal, right? My purpose is different than, let's say, my classmates and whatnot. I had friends that dropped out of school, right? Yeah. And so my purpose is this: as an African person, as an African, my purpose was to get to my goal, finish school, become successful person, and to help who? Help my mother, help my father, help my siblings, help my beloved.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think your purpose connects to you being an African person, or connects to more you come to the realization that you are a child of God in that sense, or you're a Christian?
Now, two different things here, right?
Yeah.
One is a purpose of helping my beloved ones. And there's also a purpose of that one has that relates to a calling God
But
has
then the
installed.
first one is a duty, right?
Yes.
Would you consider it as a duty, not a purpose?
You may
Like you have a duty to your community to give back or something, or to your family to give back, rather
Right.
than it being a purpose that you were called to do. Because I feel like purpose will be just one thing that summarize everything else that you do in life, rather than it being multiple things, right?
because if you put it like that, right, then you're also agreeing that one only has one purpose in life.
Well, yeah, you have one purpose, but that one purpose in life correlates to everything. Like, let's say, for example, who's the biggest? Like Nelson Mandela, right? Let's say he had a purpose of, I don't know, liberating the let's say liberate. I don't think Nelson Mandela would be a good example, but because it's like I don't really know what he did outside of him, like kind of like helping and bringing liberation to South Africa. But anything that you do, like, you have a purpose, but there's also other things that encompass that purpose, right? Like, say for example, taking care of your family, right? Taking care of you're not gonna go you're not gonna go in the world and fight the battle,
Right.
and still your family is dying because you can't take care of them. That's part of your purpose, you know?
So, and what you said there is not is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But I would like to say the reason why I asked you about what you say, it means that one can only have one purpose. I was trying to get you to the point where, like, you're right. You can have many things that connects to support, your purpose.
Yeah.
What I view it is that one can have multiple purposes, right? But then there's that one true purpose, right? You can have purposes in different areas, right? And then they all sink in to just merge to become one, to support that true purpose. It's like writing a paper. Like, you have a thesis statement, right? And every paragraph that comes from it, right? Although it's talking about different aspects of the topic that you're writing about, but they all supported that thesis,
Yeah.
right? Again, but they all
Like the
paragraphs.
thesis statement is the summary for everything that you're going to talk about.
So in a sense, the thesis statement is a true purpose, right? And the paragraph that supports it are just different purposes that come together to create that one big thing.
Yeah.
And so that was my perspective there. Where, like I was saying, my purpose that drove me to succeed in school and to attain my success is to help my beloved ones, right? Then I also have a purpose that God called me out to do, to serve Him, right? Again, but they all come together because the Bible is the same Bible that says that one shall not abandon their family, for if they do so, they're a slave.
Yeah.
The verse that says that. And the Bible recognizes that one needs to support their family. By default, that's your purpose. One of your purposes in life.
Yeah, there's an importance of you supporting your family, because it does. It's like going to there's a story, like, the David story where he went to fight the war, right? He went to fight the war, and then he came back, and his whole village was raided, right? It's like you going and fight the battle, but you neglect to, bring peace within your home, right? And it's like you going out there and chase the purpose that the guy gave you. In doing so, you neglect the people around you, the people that you love, right? I don't know if that correlates, or maybe this is just a different point in terms of what you're trying to say.
Well, the point that you just brought up right now, it is trying to define like a greater purpose out of all the purposes that we're bonded to do.
Yeah.
We have all these things I have to do, all these things are my purposes, or I redeem to them as such. But what is what's the primary purpose here? Like, what's the priority purpose over everything else currently? And so you choose, right? And I think that's why you're.
Or the motive or the purpose. Like, what is how you say? Wait, would it be a motive? Like, let's say, what is the priority?
Yes.
Like your priority.
Like priority purpose.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what I
for
say.
example, if you're going to school and you're playing soccer, and let's say your soccer is overlapping in school time, and you're gonna have to decide. It's like, okay, what is my priority? Which one should I give up first? Right? Which one should I give up to attend what I'm trying to go to? Like, should I give up soccer or should I give up school and just play soccer so that I can be famous and become, a football player?
Yeah.
Or should I give up soccer and go into education and becoming who I am
Yeah.
now?
And you contemplating those thoughts are the exact thoughts that will make you, find one purpose to be greater than another, you know. And so you have to choose, if between two things, school and my sport, which one will bring me more value in the long run? So you just weigh them out, and then you choose the one that will be able to support you way more than another. Not to say that you're neglecting school. I think school is always there for us. We're gonna always learn. And
But
sports,
like, let's say you get a contract of $1 million to go play for FC Barcelona, would you not take it?
I'll take it.
And you're in college?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I'll take
like,
it. I'll take it.
Yeah, like, because you're gonna be, let's say, there's not many people who's gonna go to, like, let's say, get $1 million contract to go play in Real Madrid or somewhere out there, and then but you have to give up school. Like, you have to give up school because you won't have time to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to give up school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you mean there.
Yeah.
Again, I think we're leaning towards the side of, like, with you choosing the priority in your decisions.
Yeah.
You also have to make sacrifices.
Yeah, you do have to make sacrifices, because when you're choosing priority, you're discriminating one idea to another, right?
Yes.
If I choose to eat, okay, this is a classic example. I was listening to this. If you choose to love someone, you're discriminating everyone else, right, against that one person, because you choose to love that one person
to some extent, yes.
disregarding everyone else. Your intentions is fully focusing that one person. Therefore, you cannot give the same attention that you give to that one person to the other person.
It's a commitment.
Yeah, it's commitment. So you're sacrificing this stuff, and you focus on that one particular thing. So
Exactly. Like, once I commit myself to someone, I cannot treat someone else the same way I treat my person that I committed to.
Yeah.
That will be considered in a modern world cheating.
Right? You're cheating.
Yeah, I'm cheating. Yeah, it's like you cannot do that.
Yeah. So going back, so your school, the biggest motivation, the biggest purpose was your family. You had to take care of your family. You had to help them. And
that's what differentiated me with my classmates,
with everybody
my friends,
else. Okay.
right? Because again, in the modern world that we live in today, the youth have this sense of idea that when they're 18, even the parents have this idea too. When their children are 18, or whenever they're the age of 18, they're all by themselves.
You get your own apartment. You get to move out. Yeah,
you get to move out, do your own thing, make your own life. You're by yourself. You're not dependent by anybody else. It's just you now.
Yeah,
right.
That is a Western mindset. Yeah.
Most definitely, right. And that's what I'm getting at, is that's the huge difference between me and them.
Yeah,
it's like them. They're only looking forward to uplift their lives, their lifestyles independently.
Yeah,
I am looking forward to uplift my life, to my lifestyle to be dependent.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people back home, they're waiting for me. They're waiting for me. They're like they're struggling. They're waiting for me. They're waiting for me to succeed, to help them out the same way they helped me when I was young. My mother, father, they're waiting for me.
Yeah.
But the youth of my classmates and the youth of today in this modern society, they don't have that. They don't have that responsibility, that duty.
It's more like
right? They have no motive.
It's more like there's not necessity for it, because let's say for example, all your family are well off, right? And I'm not saying everyone is like this, but let's say your family is well off, and then you 18, you go to college, all that stuff. You don't need to help them because they're well off. in terms of like financial, in terms of all this other stuff. You don't need to help them because they are well off, right? So what you need to do is create your own life, create your own family, create you to become someone that your dad was to you.
Right.
You have to become that one thing that your dad became to you. So I think the best approach to it is that, hey, we're just gonna throw you out there in the world and you figure out your own things, because that's gonna be the best teaching method for you to assimilate to reality and know how to pay bill, know how to pay for car insurance, know how to, or know how to do all these basic things, because you're not gonna be needing to help your parents.
You're building your character.
You have to build you.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah. Let's not neglect that importance of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's there. Yeah.
So yeah,
I think that the point is that whether you have a motive to help your family or not, right? You're gonna get that regardless.
Yeah.
Again, you're gonna get that regardless. If you want to live your life, if you want to live a life of just being self-dependent, you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
If you want to live a life of being dependent on with your loved ones, you're gonna get that anyways. Because guess what? You're gonna, like, for example, me. I'm a perfect example of this situation right now, right? I finished school. I've attained what I want to attain for now, I would say, right? And I'm helping my families, like I wanted to do so, right? But I don't live at home.
Yeah.
Right? I live 3 hours away. So I still have my apartment. I still pay the bills. I still pay for my car insurance. I pay for my house. So I still do those things and still help my family regardless. So you're still gonna help your family. You're still gonna get that character.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, you're a classic example, because now it's like, well, I'm doing the same of both world, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here living my parents and creating my own life, and also at the same time not neglecting my parents and having that connection by going back and helping them.
Right.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that you also need to consider that I think we just it slipped us. I think we're focusing more about financially here. We didn't say the word financial, but
financial is very important.
Right. But I mentioned that because I wanted to say that, for the parents, for people who their parents they're well off, right? They're fine. They don't need financial support. Go chase your dream. Go build your character. You have to understand. It's not you helping is not only financially.
Yeah.
Like you have to go out there to create something that would help your loved ones in some way or another. I have a friend. His name is Ben. Right. He has an account. He records weddings. He does.
Wait, you talking about Ben?
Yes.
Ben Pro Record?
Yes, Ben. Shout out, Ben.
What are you talking about?
Shout out. Right.
No, they know him.
Right.
They know Ben.
That's my boy out there.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to say Ben has this, and I could be wrong, and he can correct me whenever, if he sees this video, he can correct me whenever he wants, but I could be wrong. I feel like Ben has this sense of he's self-driven to do what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wanna pursue what he wants to support his future, and only his future. In a sense, that's how you get. That's the feeling you'll get if you get to know Ben fast time, because he's doing this and that. He has his own YouTube and whatnot. But Ben is still in school, and I'm sure one day he'll finish. But the thing is, Ben is a good example in this situation from what I said, because financial support is not one of the big factors to his family, right? One of the big factors that he will be to his family is his media, the way the recording equipment that he has, the platform he has,
his
right?
skills,
his skill sets, right? If his parents, although they are well off or not, I believe they are. If let's say they want to like throw a wedding or throw a party, there is Ben. Ben will do it for free. Ben is there, right? Yeah. Again, Ben does not support his family financially in that area, but rather his skills that he attained through school and whatnot, and what he did helped support regardless.
But it's also financially, because if you look at it, like the time that he spent to do recording is equate to money. Someone else is gonna pay him money to do that, right? He could be going somewhere else. It's like, hey, let me record someone who's gonna pay me this type of money rather than me recording my parent. But instead, he come do that. Yeah,
and that's
a classic example. Yes. Yeah, that's a classic example.
It can still be. It doesn't matter if your parents are millionaires.
Yeah, but
it can still be a help. I think
one or another. I think financial part is just, it's the easiest example that we can use, but most of the time it's about spending quality time
Yes.
with your family. They say maybe something breaks and you and your dad come together, or you and your
Fix
parents
it,
come
yeah.
together and fix it. And
It's very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's
Yeah.
like, again, another example. I guess we spoke about financially the most because that's one of the most biggest things when it
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
to attaining success. But I would say another example would be, let's say you go to school for therapy,
Mm-hmm.
right, Justin? Like, you finish your schooling, your parents are well off, they're millionaires, whatnot. Still, they need therapy. You know, not like
You gotta be a therapy for your
Yeah.
parents.
well, you can help them that. You know,
Okay.
they can save money if you're good at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Why can they not come to you to attain help in that area specifically? It's like, you see, like, again, you're not helping them in terms of like financial gains, right? But rather you're helping them through the skills that you attained, from your career. Again, whatever you create for yourself, I believe whatever you create for yourself, should be something that will be beneficial, not just for you, but to your loved ones.
Oh, yeah,
And
100%.
that's a difference that's a difference of viewpoint I have, right? Or I would say my African community has compared to the community of America, and
Yeah.
how they consciously influence them to not think about the people they love, but just to themselves.
Yeah. So yeah, the concept of self is very, 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 very good. That was actually good.
Yeah, it was a
I
good
think
topic.
I think we might stop here, but man, thank you guys for watching us, and we have a lot of things to talk about, and
We do.
I do want to expand on this because I feel like we didn't fully finish it in painting the picture. It's like, when you're having conversation with someone, right, and you have this consciousness of knowing that there's someone who's gonna listen to you. It's like you are painting a picture. Like you're trying to give this perfect storyline to someone,
Yeah.
and then within doing that, you caught up in one particular things, and you forget to talk about
The
all
main-
this,
yeah, the
the
main
main
topic.
things. Yeah, but we are growing. It's a part of elevation.
Yeah.
And also, I want to just finish with these thoughts, right? Every skill that you have does have a contribution to your life. Does have a contribution to the people around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the growth part. That's the elevate part. Is you being able to know the value of your skill set and attribute to other people.
Yes, I would say that's also a big part of it.
Yeah.
I think as humans, right? Again, I don't care about what culture you're coming from. This goes to every single soul. I think you out to carry yourself as a person that is dependent by people.
Yeah.
Dependent by people is a good thing for you, because then you're valued. In your community, you play a bigger role. In your community, you have a voice. In your community, you are a helper, right? You're basically someone that helps other people's lives, not just your own, but others as well.
Yeah.
And that's when you create this beautiful environment for yourself and your community, in a sense where like you guys thrive together, elevate together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you need to chase to be someone that's dependent than someone who's just independent to yourself, because you better to give than to receive. Be someone that's open, be someone that provides, be someone that takes care and provides support whenever you can. If it's under your capability, do so. You have to be that kind of character. You have to be that person that's out there and providing the good to the world, right? I believe being very dependent to yourself is a selfish mindset, and that will create you to have a fixed life, right? You will have less opportunities and less those to succeed. I would
Yep.
say you out to connect. You out to
to
increase
connect with
the
people, yep.
connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so that's what I would say.
Yep. Well, Feston, thank you for coming on our Elevate podcast, and you guys probably will see him again. But click the like button, click the like button, subscribe, put the notification button on. We taking out a lot of things coming out, and then just hope for the next guest coming up, and then peace out.
Peace out.